Chicago Fire head coach Frank Klopas on the club's 2-1 win over FC Dallas. Frank, if you could start with your thoughts on the match.
Obviously just a great win for our club. I felt it was important for us coming out and being at home and having a lot of energy from the beginning and pressing higher up the field and, instead of waiting now, going a goal down and then starting to play. I felt in the beginning we were a little bit flat and tired. I thought Dallas did a good job really stepping high and pressing us and then our inability really to move the ball and keep it on the ground and playing more balls in the air really didn't suit us. And I thought that they were the bigger team and they were winning those initial first balls and obviously second balls because we didn't do a good job staying compact. But then once we, seems like we gave up that goal, I felt immediately there was a good response from the group. And it's just a huge win. What can I say? We stepped the second half. We brought a lot of energy. We were better with the ball. We scored, 2 goals coming from behind again. A lot of character for the group, never giving up. And it's all about the group and the team. And I kept telling them, play as a team, because that's what's going to help us win, not as individuals. And great performance. And in the end, we scored the 2 goals and we created some more opportunities to put the game away. And in the end, the last 5 minutes, you got to say a couple prayers. And it was just a great win for us. And now we got to move on to the next match.
How big was the goal by Cassini going into halftime?
Yeah, huge. We gave up that goal, I think, 41st minute in the game, and it's never a good time, to not only give up the first goal, but at that time, because you go in the locker room and then the mood is down. But Saba scored a fantastic goal, a world-class goal, ones that he can score, with his ability, and then I felt. I thought that the group was positive, but then I think that kind of lifted us. We went in halftime. We talked a little bit more about just a strategy for the second half, and the guys came out with good energy and they pushed. They pushed hard, and sometimes it's very difficult when you take these long road trips. We lost a tough one in Portland and having to travel, and it's a long trip from the West Coast in, but it was a great response from the group, and I give them all the credit.
Chet?
Frank, it seems like the team has been battling most of the year with giving up a goal in the first half or giving up a first goal in the game and then having to kind of battle back. Is that a concern of yours that it seems to be kind of a trend through these first 11 games?
I don't know if it's a trend. It's early on. I know that we talked about it before, that ability now to come out and start playing, from the beginning till the end, and being more consistent throughout the game. I was a little bit worried to see how we were going to start off, obviously because of the short week and the travel in between. And look, it took us a little bit of time, but the goal came, I felt, out of really nothing. We gave up the goal, and from those set pieces we need to improve and get better. For me, the positive thing is that as a group we never gave up. Even though when you give up a goal, I think a lot of the trend in this league is that the team that gives up the first goal normally does not win. And we look at the stats, that's in our mind, but I think no one really knows the character of the different teams, and I'm proud of the guys because they never give up. They believed in themselves and more importantly into the team, and being at home, having the fans behind us, they pushed. We played good soccer, we created opportunities, and it was great to get also some calls our way.
Guillermo?
It's the 3rd goal in the last 2 games from the set pieces on the corners. How much of that is due to the shuffling with the center backs due to injury or what have you?
No, I think it helped when they went a little bit also the second half with a smaller group. I think George John came off with an injury, and then Marcelin came up because they went a little bit smaller to be quicker to match us. And I think we felt pretty good about the set pieces, because even with the bigger group, they played a lot of balls in. But I'll tell you, our center backs, you saw Austin today. I don't think he lost one aerial battle. But the key was the second balls, because we were getting a little bit stretched, and then we didn't have numbers around to win the second ball. But that's an area we got to keep working on, because we do have some some players that are good in the air, and I mean that's an important part of the game that we need to get better at.
We're going to take two more. We're going to go Oren and Jose Luis. Go ahead, Oren.
Frank, can you talk about Sean's stop with a penalty kick? What a mental effort at that point in the game?
Yeah, I mean it was huge from morale standpoint and also for him, because I felt that after that save, you saw a different Sean. Obviously with more confidence, more of a command in his box and stuff. So for sure it was huge. What can you say? I mean I think that there was also a point where in the game with that they gave the whole team new energy and also gave a lot of confidence to Sean. So it was important moment in the game, obviously.
Last question, Jose Luis.
I mean, how you think about the next game in Columbus that more than 500 fans are going to
Yeah,
that
so
game?
it's great, no? Because I remember last year that was my first win, as an interim coach with the team, and it was really something special because, normally before the games, warm-ups, I don't go outside. I'm superstitious at times, and I kind of do sometimes the same routine. And I know when the players came in, they were really, it was a great vibe in the locker room because they came in and they were in awe to see the amount of fans that we had there. And they came up and, there was this positive feeling in the room. And, the only thing I said to them, I think that, there's been some special players, some special teams in this club, and I really believe then and I believe now that we have some special players here. And it's about our time to write our own history and be remembered forever, like the team in '98. That's what it's all about. So they went out on the field and, it was a great win, but it was great to see so many of our fans there, and I know we're going to have the same support. It's a difficult match. Columbus, it's a very good team. It's a rivalry, and we're looking forward to it. We have to assess where everyone is tomorrow, and then, if we need to make some adjustments, we will. But now we have a couple days and not that long of a trip. Traveling across, it's a shorter trip, 45 minutes an hour. So we look forward to the match, and I know all the guys will be ready.
Thanks, guys.